Hello, hello. Welcome to Crazy Games. We're back in Genshin Impact, and we're continuing the Hu Tao story. In the last one, I guess, we kind of got roped into Hu Tao's, ambitions. And somehow we have become her assistant. Paimon has voiced her concerns, but it hasn't really done anything to stop Hu Tao from bossing us around. But I guess that's just to make us play through the story. That's really a tool, a means to an end to get us to play the story. So yeah, we need to investigate the area. Fairy Lady. New hires, we're getting paid? I guess we do get paid when we finish. We do get rewarded after we finish the quests, so I guess, yeah, we are new hires. We are temporary consultant. We are not on the full-time permanent staff list.
なるほど。それならあまり興味を持たれない方がいいですよ。一般何を知り、何を知るべきでないのか。同種には同種なりの節度があります。
It doesn't seem like that. She seems to be ignoring all the faux pas and taboos to get what she wants. And I guess her motivation, Hu Tao's motivation right now, is to bring in more business to the Wangshan funeral parlor, which is a faux pas because in order for them to have more business, it would mean she would need more people to die. So yeah, what this lady says, Fairy Lady. Is that her name, Fairy Lady? Below Fairy Lady, it says Undertaker Wangshan funeral parlor. That's her title. So, her name is Fairy Lady? Or is she the Fairy Lady of the Wangshan funeral parlor, who is also an Undertaker? I don't know. Her saying Hu Tao is a tactful director, and from what we've seen of what she was doing, it's kind of conflicting. Oh man. I've said this many times, but Paimon seems to be exactly my she echoes exactly my sentiments. Right after I have voiced my sentiments about the matter. It's almost as if MiHoYo knows that their writing is a little bit bad. and in order to kind of be oh, we're kind of brush it off, they just have Paimon point out how bad the writing is. Because if this was a good story, then the Fairy Lady here would literally say I understand that the new director or whatever, this director, Hu Tao, is the director, but I don't agree with some of the things she says or does or whatever. That would just make at least fit this Fairy Lady a little bit more competent. But now we're getting into a situation where we kind of question Hu Tao's motivations, and we question her qualifications to be a director. And on top of that, for whatever reason, this Fairy Lady is on her side, and it makes us question this Fairy Lady's qualifications. Do you guys know how to run a funeral parlor? Maybe you guys deserve to go out of business and let some other people who actually understand the cultural meanings and the proper ways of handling this situation. Let them do the funeral stuff. Examine board. A board used for hanging Wangshan funeral parlor wooden tiles. According to Hu Tao, all the tiles should be blank. In which case, the characters on the back of the tiles must be the special offer. Okay. Examine door. So, behind this door is Wangshan funeral parlor. It looks far more ordinary than the director made it out to be. The director? Did Hu Tao even talk about the inside of this funeral parlor at all? I don't think that has ever happened. This is a little bit weird. If it's than Johnny has seemed to. I don't know. I feel like I keep like nitpicking things that I should really just like ignore. But yeah, it's just a quirk of this game.
そろそろいい時間だ。フータを探しに行こうぜ。
行くぜ。Hu Tao. Hu Tao, Hu Tao. Is Xiangling and Hu Tao friends? Hi Xiang. Oh, Hu Tao. Do you want some ramen fried noodles? I'll go get it for ya. Anyway.
決めた。こう書いてちょうだい。王城堂期間限定割引。1個買ったらおまけが1個、2個買ったらおまけが3個。どんどん増えるよ。これでよし。以前の薄暗い広告と比べたら大違い。これならきっといける。
当主、葬儀ってそもそも薄暗いものじゃないですか？
Listen to this guy. He seems to have a better understanding of the industry than you do.
それじゃあ目立たないからダメ。
She's an innovator. She probably supports suicide. Yeah, just kill yourself and come to us. We'll take care of everything for you. Don't actually suicide. That's not something I should have joked about.
どうして王城堂に目立つ必要が？ああ、まあいいか、これで。
抵抗することを諦めたみたいだな。
よし、私たちも出発しよう。新しい商売のために。
Hu Tao is a thought leader. She does not weigh herself down with tradition.
私たちって、オイラたちも入ってないよな。
他に誰がいるのよ。周りに変な人でも見えてるの？まあ、いたとしても、あなたたちには見えないか。
Oh, they suggest. No, we saw ghosts before. Are you kidding me, Hu Tao? We have a ghost friend. We hung a Xiao lantern for her during the lantern rite, and she came and said hi to us. Hu Tao, you're underestimating us. What's wrong with you?
最後の一言はなんだよ。脅かすなよ。
ごめんね。冗談だよ。あなたたちが見えないものはここにはいない。少なくとも今は。
It's good to think before you speak. This is a good sentiment for Hu Tao, I think. She seems to be jumping to conclusions, or jumping to the first idea that gets into her head, and not really thinking it through. Yeah, the ghost I was talking about was that ghost that was haunting Smiley something at the Wangshu Inn, and we had to like help him get rid of her. Yeah, that's the ghost I was talking about. So we have seen spirits before.
そうかたく考えないで。私からすればみんな死を恐ろしく考えすぎなんだよ。
And also we met like a family of like a father and 3 sons or something, and they each like was trying to hide some treasure or something like that, or split some treasure or whatever. But it turns out like the treasure is like all the fun that that family had together, like the father and sons had together somehow. And yeah, we seen ghosts, Hu Tao. Don't underestimate us.
人は痛みや後悔、死による別れを恐れている。その心の傷を埋めるために、人は死に対する幻想を想像した。そう、例えば幽霊とかね。確たる証拠もないのに、今では大っぴらに話すような話題ではなくなっている。もし私まで忌避するようになったら、それこそ王城堂の終わりよ。
But I've seen a ghost. We've seen multiple ghosts.
どんなやつだった？想像よりも友好的で話が通じたでしょ。
She was singing a creepy melody, trying to creep us out, and she like became a ruin hunter somehow and started attacking us.
そうでもなかったよな。 結果的にはオイラたちに怪我はなかったけど。
What? Wait, who are you talking about, Paimon? Because that ghost girl did try to hurt us.
じゃああなたたちが遭遇したのは相当厄介なやつね。ただの幽霊に人を傷つける力はないもの。
I think a more interesting way to have started this quest, instead of us just somehow stumbling into that haunted forest and then bumping into Hu Tao and her lackey, if we suddenly saw a ghost or something. And oh yeah, there was ghosts there too, in that hill, in that area, in that creepy forest. There was like a ghost girl and a ghost kid who was looking for his ghost sister. Anyway, if like we went into that area and we saw a ghost or something, we're like, oh my goodness, a ghost. Or we did that quest where we saw a little boy and he's like, oh, my sister is in the forest and I'm too scared to go in there to go find her. Can you go find her for me? And we accept, and then we go into the forest to find out like the girl's a ghost, and Hu Tao appears to be like, oh, we're here to, I don't know, help this ghost pass to the afterlife with funeral techniques, funeral stuff. And that's how we get introduced to her. I think that would have been a better opening to this quest than to just randomly appear in that area and somehow bump into these people for some reason randomly. But I guess for the people who discover this quest in the future, if they could possibly have just finished that like creepy brother and sister in the creepy forest quest, and maybe they can associate that with Hu Tao more easily than someone like me who has done that brother and sister quest a long time ago and then bumping into her now.
王城堂の仕事は生と死の境界を維持すること。これには一般人が抱く死や幽霊に対する認識を正すことも含まれてるの。簡単に言えば境界が見えない人たちをそれらから遠ざけてあげることね。つまり一般人にとって一番いいことは幽霊を信じることも知ることもなく過ごしてもらうことなの。
だったら怖い冗談で人を驚かすなよ。
あはは、そんなに怖かった？ただ単に冗談で片付くものばかりだってことをみんなに早く理解してもらいたかっただけなんだけど。
I've yet to see the funny side. It's one of those things where it's like there's a time and a place for humor, and in this case, it is not the right place or the right time. And especially if you are dealing with other people's death, it's more disrespectful in that way because it's not as personal to someone who has just lost someone, and they're trying to be funny to kind of like that's their way of grieving or something. But to be like an authority to this and be so like whimsical about it, it's kind of disrespectful, I guess. So maybe that's why everyone finds her weird. And for whatever reason, Hu Tao here has not been told about this. Like, this is a really serious moment in a lot of people's lives when you're running a funeral service for someone. You shouldn't be displaying this kind of whimsical personality because it's really disrespectful kind of thing. If that makes sense, I don't know. I guess in Hu Tao's like point of view, she's trying to make funerals like easier for people to go through. That's like kind of a mental gymnastic kind of defense I can make for her. But if I just like look at this at a surface level, her personality is very unprofessional of her position. And that would probably make, in my like estimation, would make Wangshen Funeral Parlor be less creditable than other places. Like if I had someone pass away, I would probably not go to Wangshen Funeral Parlor for their funeral services for this loved one that I have. because their director just like doesn't get it. They don't seem to get it, or like I don't know. Kind of got a little serious, but I guess we should be really looking at this from Hu Tao's point of view as best as we can. I've yet to see the funny
そんな
side.
に真面目に聞いてくれるなんて思わなかったよ。でも大丈夫。私についてくればおのずとわかるはずだから。さあ、こっちだよ。そろそろ出発しよう。
And a lot of times, like funeral services isn't about the funeral parlor. It's about the person who has passed and their family and loved ones, right? So her making it about her is also on the disrespectful side of things too. Like, it's understandable that she has a business to run and she wants her business to thrive, but it is interesting how that like business side of things juxtaposes against the service side of things. So like it clashes so much because of how she is trying to make her business do better. I guess that's like a theme that is trying to be explored here in this quest.
同種ロー兄貴のことをくれぐれも頼みます。
Big G? Who's Big G?
ロー兄貴
Yeah, that's what I just asked.
誰だそれ。レイユエに来てもう結構経つけど、そんな名前のやつ聞いたことないぞ。
Is there a little G? Big G and little G.
なんでもないよ。以前モーに頼まれてたこと、すぐに解決するから気にしないで。
おいらたちどこに向かってるんだ？
Mysterious
重
wenching
要な
parlor.
潜在顧客のところだよ。ついてきて。
I think I'm gonna end things here. I know not a lot has happened, and I've kind of been going through this story at a snail's pace because I, for whatever reason, like to ramble and rant about how I feel about the story as I'm playing through it. And because I'm not very good at rambling and ranting cohesively, it's kind of like taking up a lot of time. But and on top of that, there hasn't been a lot of like combat or anything. It's all like stories so far. So this is more akin to like an anime episode. Without my commentary, it's more akin to like a story-based like anime, not an action anime, just like a narrative anime. But yeah, in the next one, I guess I'll be continuing this. And who knows where Hu Tao will take us. Who knows what kind of adventures lie ahead of us with Hu Tao. Hope you enjoyed. Leave some comments telling me how terrible of a speaker I am in the comments below. And I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.
落ちて